Hello all, able to hear me everyone?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So let us start the session.
Yes, Lavanya.
Santosh, you were able to execute the scenario once again?
No, Lavanya, I didn't manage to.
You didn't
But
have
I'll do it and ask you in the next
Yeah,
session.
let me know.
Yeah.
Okay, so first let us see the pending. Jay Kumar, regarding these things, check payments, you were asking about RFFO Indian, okay? In standard, it is not available. What we are doing in real time is we copy the standard one, okay? We copy the standard one and we create a Z program for Indian,
Okay.
for India country, okay?
Lavanya, yesterday I tried with
You should
some
also
other
be
option
able to
also, even though
execute with RFFO US_C, even for India. Because I remember in the early batches, I used to create only for India country company codes. So we were able to execute with the current program, even for India.
But when I selected some of that code that see, I was getting the same scenario where I am not able to get that final output. The same error I was getting that the payment, no payment, valid payment method is not mapped.
When you are getting the same error?
Yeah, same. See, if you see that document which I attached yesterday night after our session, also I tried another 1 hour, but I was getting the same issue.
No, you tried with the IN country only, right?
No, other I selected another option also, because when I selected
Which option you have selected?
In the attachment there is one. I'm not recollecting that code which I selected.
Because here, because we all are using the same client, you should be able to execute with US.
Because I checked it all the mapping and I searched in Google also. Whatever the point it was, they are saying that all the mappings are there, even though that I was getting the same error. So that maybe that we can check it later, that you can continue session. I will.
Okay, fine
then we'll see that.
Okay, fine, sure. So we are left with this renumbering. So renumbering, just now I have executed. System is taking for the latest number. Okay. So let us just see this scenario, the renumbering. So I've tried with some other company code. CHN. For some other company code, I happen to execute. Yeah, this was the one which I renumbered just now. Okay, so let us execute this scenario for our company code. Okay, so in our company code, FCHI, if you see the check lot, number status 10012. Okay. account number 2. Okay, so this is assigned to some payment document. So the latest one is 10012. Renumbered from so and so to so and so. So this check number has been renumbered to this number because of this reason. Okay, so when you renumber, what is happening? I go to check register, I execute it one more time. So this 10012 check number, whatever we have assigned to some payment document till now has been voided. Okay, so you usually do this renumbering because of, when the printing is not coming properly. Okay, so due to that reason, we will be renumbering. So what is happening, that 10013 document, 10013 check number is replaced. Okay, so this is replacing that 10012 on this payment document. That's it. That's the only difference. Okay, so now if you go to this payment document 202008 FB03 202008. So if you go to this payment document on this vendor environment, if you go to check information, you will be able to see like this. Okay. So the one which is already voided. Okay. But it was assigned earlier. Okay. So this was, no, not this one. Okay. So what I did is I voided this one and I have entered 10012. Okay. So this check number is coming here. Double click here. So you will be able to see this check number. Okay. I was like, keeping on testing and testing. So this.
Lavanya, is
Yeah.
it something like, I think in a void scenario, what we are doing after voiding, we are assigning another check number. Here it is doing both, right? In a renumbering case.
No, voiding means you are canceling that check number only.
Yeah, correct. And voiding, after that, we have to assign the new check number, right?
But that is what we did now. We have assigned a new check number here.
I am asking that in a normal void scenario, we have to first void it and then we have to assign it separately.
See,
here it is doing both the things it is doing in a one action.
Exactly. What you are saying is correct. But when you void a check, it is depending whether you would want to assign a new check or not. Depends on the scenario. You either assign it or not. Okay, depending upon the scenario and your requirement, you will be doing that. But here, system is voiding as well as assigning a new check number. What you're saying is correct only. It is voiding and assigning a new check number. Okay. So yesterday we saw few other as well. Which one you need to remember that I'm telling you. When you void an issued check, the difference between these two is important. Okay. So the difference between FCH9 and FCH8 is when you do FCH9, voiding an issued check. Issued check means you have already assigned that particular check to one payment document. So when you do issued check voiding, what is happening? Only the check number will be removed. Payment document, nothing will happen. Here, the check will be removed and the payment document will also be reversed. So this scenario we saw yesterday, right? Same thing. So the difference between these two, you need to know. Okay. So this is about the check payments. So today we are starting bank accounting module. Okay, as a part of bank accounting, I will be telling you customer payment from APP, vendor payment from APP, one more time, and we will be doing EBS along that APP. Okay, so all the pending ones also I will be discussing. Okay, so today I will be starting. So Dunning we discussed yesterday. Did we discuss Dunning?
Not discussed about Dunning.
Not I guess.
Yeah, not yet discussed.
Oh, okay. Fine, I forgot. Okay, so let us see the Dunning. Okay, now, what do you mean by Dunning? Dunning means reminding your customer about the payments, about the outstanding payment receipt. Okay, so it's been long while I made sales to the customer, but I did not get any kind of payment from him. I will be doing Dunning in this case. That means I will be reminding my customer of the payment receipts. Now this Dunning, will be we will be doing in real time for customers. Okay, even for vendors also you can do Dunning. On what cases? Wherein you have made the down payment. There is no liability for the down payment, right? But still you made it. So that means you can follow up. Okay. So usually in real time, if you see, we are doing for customers only, very, very rarely you are doing for vendors in real time. Okay, so that means it can be done both on customers as well as vendors. But vendors when? Only for down payments. For customers, for normal items, you can do. Okay. Now let us see the configuration for Dunning. In order to do Dunning, you define a Dunning area optionally. Creating a Dunning area is optional. Transaction code is OB61. Without Dunning area also, you can very much have Dunning. OB61. So I say new entries. I give my company code. I give my Dunning area, which is only 2 characters. I create the Dunning area. This is a warning message. You can always ignore a warning message by clicking enter. It will be saved. Any yellow color message you can always ignore. Okay, so I have created the Dunning area. Now next is the configuration for Dunning procedure. Dunning procedure. So here, Dunning procedure. What is the transaction code for APP? APP transaction code is FBZP. Okay, so here transaction code is FBMP. FBMP. There FBZP, here FBMP. Now I go to FBMP. Say new procedure. I'm creating a new Dunning procedure. Dunning interval in days. How frequently you would want to do dunning? Every 10 days, every month, and I mean to say every 30 days. If I would want to do every 10 days, give 10 like this. If I would want to do every 30 days, give 30. Okay, so only in these intervals, dunning letters will be created. You will be able to execute dunning. Okay, so I'm giving 10 here. Now, number of dunning levels means what? Levels mean how many levels I can remind my customer. Okay, so first time you are reminding of the payment. Okay, so one kind of text it will be. Second time you are reminding of the payment. Text will be different. Okay, so every time the text might differ. A maximum number of 9 dunning levels SAP is allowing you to have. 9 levels. But in real time, we will be using 4, maximum of 4 in real time. Total due items from dunning level. From which level onwards, the totaling of the items will be done. From the first level itself, I'm taking. Minimum days in arrears. So how many days it is pending from the payment? How you will be knowing minimum days in arrears? Actually, arrears itself, if you see, you can very much view from, let me go to the vendors. Let me select the vendor, customers. On these 2 customers, I'm executing. See, days in arrears. Okay, days in arrears, you can see from this line item display. So only one invoice is there, which is 29 days arrears. So what I'll be saying is minimum days in arrears. If you want all the items to be selected, don't give anything. Okay, if you have any particular thing, see, suppose, let me just show you one more thing, one more report. So in this case, arrears, so many days pending from, okay, 10963, these many days I have. In this case, I have an option. So many invoices are there, right? Okay, with lot of arrears in days. So in those cases, I can select a particular date. So in our case, I have only one invoice, okay, which is 29 days arrears. So it is better not to give any number of days here. If you want, you can give. Create, more number of invoices and try to give the number of arrears here.
Lavanya,
Please tell me.
what is the meaning of arrears? Is it like the number of days since the due date before you start dunning, or?
From the baseline date, from the date of calculation for the payment. You already know what a baseline date is. In the
You
payment,
mentioned yesterday, right? About it can be
okay,
mostly document date, right?
Exactly. Okay. So from the baseline date, how many days it is pending?
But it can be depends upon that payment terms also, right?
It depends. That is what I'm telling. Baseline date is depending on the payment terms.
Correct.
Right or wrong? Okay. So from that baseline date, how many days the payment is pending from? Okay, it is the days in arrears. Okay,
So the dunning will kick in once those many number of days have elapsed.
Yeah, these many days have been elapsed. Yes.
Okay.
After the due date.
Yes. Okay, if you see due date, that means I should have got the payment on this date. Net due date means what? I should have got the payment on this date. Okay, fine. So what is today's date? 19. Okay, so 16, 19. How many days difference? 3 days. Right? Now let us see the second example. net due date is 1/1/2020. That means on 1st of Jan, I should have got the payment. Okay. So today, what is the date? 19th of April. So how many days? January, Feb, March. That means 30, 30, 30, 90. Okay. 89. Okay. 89 or 80, 88. Okay. And then added to that, these many, 90 number of days. That is number of days in arrears. Got it, everyone? So this is calculated from this date, net due date. And net due date is defined where? In your payment terms. Okay. Now, line item grace period. See if at all you are giving any grace days to the customer. Okay. In those cases, you can give the number of grace days. Grace days is usually given in case where you are assigning the interest indicator. I would have given to you customer line item interest calculation. Okay. So in customer line item interest calculation, okay, if you have already defined the customer line item interest calculation indicator, you can assign here. Okay. We have seen balance interest calculation, right? Okay. So at that point of time only, I have given the configuration for customer line item interest calculation. Okay, just like the way we did balance interest calculation, customer line item also is the same. Okay, but there we are using FBV2. Here we are using OBV2. There, here it is OBV1. That's the only difference. And the last execution transaction code. Okay, in the balance interest it is F.52. Here it is F.53. Okay, I've given all those steps. Okay, if you see in the discussion board, you will be able to see. Okay, so if you have already defined the interest indicator for the line items on the customer, you can assign here. Public holiday calendar ID. Why should I assign a public holiday calendar ID? In some companies wherein the system, you do not want the system to create the dunning letters on holidays. Okay, you will be assigning the calendar here. Now, against the calendar, you will be defining what all holidays that you will be having for this year. Okay, not just the weekends, not just Saturday, Sunday, even in the middle also. Okay, if you are having a off, you can, holiday, you can define that holiday here, not just the weekend. So you do not want to create the dunning letters on holidays. In those cases, you will be assigning the calendar. Okay. Now, standard transaction dunning means what? The normal items dunning. Okay, whatever dunning you are doing for your customer is standard transaction dunning. That means you are doing dunning on the normal items only, on the invoices only you are doing, right? Dunning for the customers. So this is that. Next is done special GL transactions. In what cases you are dunning special GL? In case of vendors. Okay. So if at all you would want to do dunning on the down payments of the vendors, only in those cases you will be selecting this. Now, a reference dunning procedure will be defaulted. Okay, now what is the system saying? All these have to be entered, it seems. Fine, let us enter. Now, the very first one is special GL indicator. If at all you would want to do, see, if you have activated the checkbox for special GL items, done special GL items, only then you are going to special GL indicator and you will be selecting which indicator you would want to done. Okay, now go back. Next is dunning levels. 4 levels we have assigned just now, right? Even though SAP is allowing us to have 9 number of levels, I'm using only 4 because just now I gave 4 in the number of levels. Now days in arrears. So first level these many days, second level these many days. Okay, so you can give some number of days here. If you have assigned the interest calculator indicator, then you can say calculate interest also. If you have not assigned, you need not give. Done. Do you want to done all these levels? Yes. Do you want to print the dunning letters? Yes, of course. Payment deadline. Okay, so you will be giving the deadline. So this is optional. You can either give it or not. Always done in legal dunning procedure. If I activate this, what is happening? It means that once after 4 levels are completed, you will be doing legal dunning. Legal dunning means with the help of court. So if you're activating this means what? You're doing the last level. Okay, fine. Now this is done. Next is charges. What is this dunning charges in your current?
Lavanya,
Yeah, tell me.
what in that, what was meant by deadline, payment deadline?
In these many days, the payment has to be received. Payment deadline, we are giving a deadline for the payment.
Okay. And the interest you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
So if we select interest, does that mean that, say we are issuing a payment reminder 10 days after the document date?
Interest will also be calculated.
Okay. And will it also be posted at that time, or will it only be
No,
just
interest
calculated?
postings will be done only when you execute interest calculation for the line items. Postings will not be done. This is printing, only printing of the dunning letter. And in that dunning letter, that interest amount will be calculated and shown.
Okay, so we are telling the customer saying that this many
Yes.
days have elapsed since your invoice has been raised and you haven't
Yes.
paid. If you pay now, you will be having to pay this much amount plus this much of interest.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Dunning level. So 4 levels we have used, right? I think it is better if I discuss customer line item interest calculator also. So let us see that one as well. That scenario also I will be showing you. Now, what is this dunning levels and dunning amount? In these levels, first level, in the first dunning level, okay, from dunning amount means if the minimum amount is 100 USD in this level, then the dunning charges will be 10. You can give any number, of course. Okay, so this much of amount I am charging on my customer when the minimum dunning amount is this in this level. So in the second level, that amount can change, and even the dunning charges also. So why I have to charge my customer like this for dunning? Because for dunning, I will be using the paperwork and all that. Okay. So for that also I'm charging, I'm dumping on the customer only. So either you can enter the charges in amounts or in percentages. So this percentage will be calculated on this amount. Okay. So I'm giving in amounts. So this one you can give, or in percentages also you can give, either this or this. Now done. This is about the dunning charges. Now next, minimum amount in this currency. Now dunning will be done when the minimum amount is what? Okay. Now against each level again. Minimum amount. So this level will be done when the minimum amount is this much. You can give any number. Let me see in the customer line items how much of amount is there. Otherwise it won't take. all these amounts are much above that. Okay, so I can take.
But Lavanya, these all are green colored items, right?
See, green color items means what?
Those are, there is no outstanding, that is right.
Oh, yeah, there is no outstanding.
For how
I will be creating an invoice.
Okay, no problem.
I will be creating. Okay.
And dunning amount is nothing but an invoice amount?
On the outstanding invoice.
Total outstanding invoice amount?
There is some difference between dunning and interest calculation.
No,
Dunning will be done only on the outstanding. That means which is yet to be paid. That's it. But
the total outstanding invoice amount.
Outstanding invoice that you raised on the customer.
Okay.
But interest calculation, you can do even on the paid items. See, what if I have created the invoice on 1st of Jan and my payment terms were 30 days. That means on 30th of Jan, I should have received my payment. But my customer paid on 28th of Feb. That means how many days late? Almost 1 month late, right?
Yeah, correct.
So in that case, still I am charging interest on the customer. I very much know that I received the payment. But what about the late payment? I'm charging interest. Okay, so we will be seeing the interest calculation also. That scenario also we shall see. What we are usually doing is we are covering balance interest calculation in the session and customer line item interest calculation. I'm giving you the steps for the configuration, but let us execute that. Okay, fine. So now we are in minimum amounts for dunning. That means dunning will be done if the amount is this much, if the amount is more than this much. If it is less than this, then dunning will not be done. So make sure that whatever invoices you are entering is more than this amount. Okay. Fine. Now, next is the dunning text. When you go to dunning text, system is asking for the company code. That means this particular configuration is at company code level. For this company code, I will be entering the dunning text as a different one. For another company code, I can definitely give some other text. Okay, what is the text? Let us see. So company code. Okay, now say new company code. Say dunning area. Now say save. Once you say save, go to dunning text one more time. Now you will be able to see like this. What is this? This is dunning levels. Fine. So anyways, we know the number of levels, 4 levels we have. This is at company code level. Please remember. Company code level. For this company code, I'm giving some content here. For some other company code, it can differ. Now dunning area. We have defined the dunning area in the very beginning, right? If you want to give, you can. Otherwise, you can leave it. Form. What is the form? Form means what? See, I'm printing a dunning letter. In that letter, what is the text? That text is coming from this form. Standard SAP is allowing 2 types of forms. These are the standard forms. Even in real time, we very much use these forms. If you want to make any changes, you copy this standard and do the changes in the form. Okay, fine. So for the first 2 levels, this form I'm using F150 underscore done underscore 01. And for the last 2 levels, I'm using this form F150 underscore done underscore 02. Okay. Now what I do after assigning, I go back. So this is a dunning procedure I've created. Now I save it. Now this is filled up. Okay. Now this is the configuration I'm doing for Dunning procedure. Now once the Dunning procedure is ready, what you have to do is assign Dunning procedure to customer master. Okay, you need to assign it to customer master data. So customer master changes for customer have not been confirmed, it seems. So let us see. To be confirmed, that means it is yet to be confirmed. Okay. Now I say confirm here. Confirmed. The other day we saw this scenario, I think last week. At that point of time, I was getting some authorization issue. Okay. So now it is rectified. Okay. Now they gave me authorization. So changes have been made. Okay. So somebody was asking, like, if we make any changes to the bank details, okay, somebody has to authorize. Okay. So this is how you do. Now I go to this customer. Company code, I go correspondence Dunning procedure. Now, which is mine? Dunning procedure, and I save it. Saved it, done. Okay, done. Now, I have to have an open item. Let me see on this customer if I have any open item. No items. So let me create one open item. So I give the blind date. That means on this date, payment terms is 0001. Okay, by default 0001 system will be taking. So 1/1/2020. That means what? On this date, I should be getting the payment, immediate payment terms. Now, I say document, simulate, saved. So if you go to FBL5 and see, this is an open item created on this customer, and number of days in arrears is 109 days. So net due date is this one only. Okay, so this is outstanding, which is yet to be paid. Now I have to do Dunning on this. For Dunning, transaction code is F150. For APP execution, F110. For Dunning execution, F150. So this screen looks like F110 only. Run date, on which date you are Dunning. Give today's date, identification, some name. No parameters entered. Go to parameters, Dunning date. So this has to be this date, okay. Documents posted up to means what? System will be selecting all the invoices which have been posted till this date. That means till date invoices posted system will be taking. That means only the outstanding. Company code, for which customer. Don't select anything in the free selection. But the free selection is the same as we have seen in F110. Okay. If at all you would want to select only a particular invoice for dunning, if at all you would want to include only a particular invoice for dunning, in those cases you are giving in the free selection, just like F110. Now additional log, you want to have the log created. So for which customer? Now you save this, details have been saved. Now go to status again, parameters are entered now. Say schedule, that means you're scheduling dunning. Say start immediately, and printing also should be done along with dunning. Output device in IDES is always LP01. Wherever you see this printer or output device in IDES, in that field, you should be giving LP01 only. Say schedule. Now customer 0, keep clicking enter. Customer 1. Okay, we got. That means now we have done dunning only. We have done dunning only for one customer, right? So customer 1. Had we done for vendor, vendor will also come here. So how many dunning notices generated? 1. Obviously, only one invoice we had. Only one customer. Okay, for all the invoices against a single customer, one dunning letter will be generated. So 1 also printed. Okay. So now if any exceptions are there, that means any errors are coming, system will be showing here. But currently we do not have any dunning list. Okay. So for this customer, okay, on this invoice, dunning is done, any log. So in the log, you can check if any errors are coming, you can very much check in the log. Now, system is saying dunning level 1 is used. For the very first time you are doing the dunning, right? So, and on this document, dunning is done. Okay, dunning charges are this much, it seems. All right, so now go back. Dunning history on this customer, you can check. All right. Now, print out. First dunning notice. Okay, for the first time it created, right? We have done dunning on this customer. So on this invoice, days in arrears, dunning charges, system has calculated. So total of due items, this amount plus this amount. Dunning letter. Okay. So first time we did dunning, first dunning notice. Now, if you see customer line item display, executed one more time. Now, where is my customer 2? On this, double click. These are the details that get updated. Last done, which is the dunning level. First level of dunning is done on this date. Now, I want to block this particular line item or invoice for dunning. Say change, dunning block. So if I save this, dunning will not be done on this item because we blocked it for dunning. Now go to customer master XT03. These two are updated. Okay. So at customer master data level also you can block a particular customer for dunning. So this customer won't get selected. when you do F150. That's it about Dunning. In Dunning, what kind of incidents you will be getting? See, my Dunning letter looks like this. Now my end user wants me to add some more text to it, or he wants me to add his logo, company logo, anything. For that, what is that we have to do? As a functional consultant, nothing we are doing. Okay, we will have to take help from the ABAPer. ABAPer will be changing, okay, that, you know, whatever SAP script you have assigned in the Dunning text. Here we have assigned F150 underscore done underscore some 0102, right? Okay. So in real time, whatever, you know, you would have assigned into that script, he will be going and he will be making changes. So once he does changes, we will have to do testing. Okay, in whichever format he is asking. Okay, your desired test results should be in accordance with that, and, you know, once it is done, you will be closing that incident. Okay, so who is making changes? Your ABAPer, because now you will have to make changes in the script, which a functional consultant is not doing. So once he has done, you will have to do the testing part. Okay, that's about Dunning. So next session, I'll be discussing customer line item interest calculation.
Lavanya, that interest will not calculate during that Dunning procedure?
That is what I have not given, right? Had I given, it would have.
Okay.
Okay. The problem with line item interest calculation is SM35, the session is not getting created.
Lavanya,
Yeah, tell me.
yeah, I had this problem as well with sessions actually. So I, you know, executed the Forex revaluation, and difference and all came actually, but the session didn't get created.
Session, actually, let me tell you, session gets created when you process it, it is going off. Okay, even for me also, if you ask me, session is.
No, in order for us to process it, there should be a session, isn't it?
Yeah, but session will be created for sure.
Yeah,
Session
it is
is
not getting created for me.
okay, but when I'm executing, it is going out. Okay, so even if you see, I'm using the same client, right? So for me, for Forex revaluation, we were able to create the session. See, this is, you know, one revaluation. Session is definitely getting created.
Okay. And Lavanya, I had a
Yeah.
question on the interest calculation for in Dunning. So, you know, you said during Dunning, the interest will be posted if we had done that in the configuration, right?
No. Interest will be posted only when you execute for line item interest calculation.
So,
Let me just show you. Okay, let me just show you that. Receivable. Even here also, if you see, without postings, with postings. Okay, so that means here also we have an option. If any postings are there, from here only, interest related, not from there. Dunning is only for printing, not for posting.
So no, my question was, Lavanya. So say after 10 days, if he hasn't paid, we issued the first payment reminder. After 20 days, we issued the second payment reminder. Now we should calculate interest only once the payment is received, isn't it? Because we will then only know how many number of days he was late actually, and for which we need to calculate interest.
By the time, see, even before the payment also, okay, I can know, like, you know, suppose my the net due date is suppose, you know, 1st of January. So till date, if you see, 19 number of days. Okay, so for 19 number of days, I can very much calculate the interest, right?
Yeah, but that means actually once the payment is received, we need to only calculate for the remaining number of days. Otherwise, we will be charging him more interest, isn't it, the customer?
No, not at all like that. Okay. So this, if you see arrears interest calculations, I can do without open items, with open items, or both. Free selections means both. Without open items means only on cleared items I'm calculating. With open items means on the outstanding amounts.
Okay. So in
Interest
that case,
calculation is on both.
so in that example, which you said, it is without open items that we are creating the interest.
No, dunning itself is done on the items which are outstanding for payment.
Correct.
Okay, outstanding for payment. So when you do dunning, there is no question of having the items which are already cleared.
So which is where my question was, Lavanya. So if say 100 days have passed and we are posting an interest as part of dunning level 3, and he makes the payment after say 120 number of days, we should only then at the time of getting the payment calculate interest for 20 more days.
After that you can calculate interest one more time.
But will it calculate the interest only for 20 days and not 120 days?
Yes, this will be taking only the remaining number of days.
Okay.
Okay.
But anyhow, we are not posting any interest related calculated amount, right? We are doing
From
it.
dunning, we are not posting.
Yeah.
From dunning, no postings will happen.
No, not from dunning. But if we are running the interest calculation program as well, then we will be posting interest, isn't it?
That we will reverse it and we will pass a new entry after getting the actual collection.
No, but in the automatic postings, how many documents are we going to do like this?
Oh, that is also one concern. Yeah. But in normal scenario, the difference amount we have to consider, right?
Correct.
So then we have to pass that accordingly that note.
I think the system should automatically do that, seeing that the interest is already calculated on 100 days. So it should only post interest for 20 days.
See, when the interest is calculated on the cleared items, system will be taking the payment date. System knows the payment date on which date it has been paid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when it knows the payment date, system will be calculating only for those many days, okay, for which the customer has done the late payment.
Okay. So if any interest has already been charged, it will make sure that it only charges interest for the remaining number of days.
Yes, only for the differential amount.
Okay.
So even, interest on arrears also, like this, it will be executed. So a session is created very much for this one. But if you go to SM35, this is the program. I process it. I said display errors. And I go to SM35. That session is not seen here. Yeah, the session is still saying creating. It is not getting completed. That is a problem with customer line item interest calculation. Okay, the status is still creating. If it is finished, then
Lavanya,
this is the,
This is not the session you executed. This is the 16th of April session actually.
Yeah,
you executed the today's session.
Yeah, this is a
then
different
I
date.
think it is not created.
Yeah, it is not created.
Let me see. Not created at all. Okay. Though here in the transaction, we saw that session has been created. Okay, but it is not getting created. That's a problem. But still, I can show you how it will be done. Okay, how the customer line items calculation will be done. Okay, so this is about dunning. Okay, understood everyone?
Lavanya,
Yeah, please tell me.
is there a flexibility to escalate the dunning to the highest level manually?
No, escalating means.
I mean, like, so say we know that there are 2 invoices from that for that customer, and we have been chasing for 1 invoice, 4 levels have gone. So we know that he's a bad customer. We don't want to chase the next invoice also. We straight away escalate both the invoices to the litigation phase actually. Is it
Yeah,
possible?
legal dunning is that one only, no? Legal dunning.
Yeah, but
Just now we saw a checkbox called legal dunning. So if I click legal dunning means 1, 2, 3, 4 levels will not be executed. Okay. So for legal dunning, whatever script that we are following, that has to be assigned. Okay. That accordingly it will be done. Legal dunning means this one only, not the normal dunning. We are going to the court. It is legally done.
Lavanya,
Hmm.
Lavanya Jaykumar here.
Tell me.
Whether the system will send any mail after dunning procedure to the respective recipient?
That we can configure if we want. Okay. So with the help of standard, you can take the printout. Even automatic mail also can be sent.
Okay, okay.
But for that, different configuration is there. So just like payment advice. Okay, so once you create the payment advice, you can take the printout of the payment advice, right? Okay, how we saw payment advice can be printed.
Correct.
But if you want to create the payment advice as an email, for that we are doing some other configuration.
Okay.
Okay, so same way we have to do different configuration here. I think I've shared that information as well, payment advice by email in the discussion board. Okay. Any other question, anyone? Okay, fine. So now we are starting the next module called bank accounting. Okay, bank accounting. One of the very, very important modules in FI. Okay. Now in bank accounting, we will be discussing SAP query, cash journal. We will be discussing EBS and auto log box. All these 4 are very, very important. Okay. Fine. Now, first we shall see SAP query. Okay. So these 2 are small topics. So after these 2, we will be going to EBS. As a part of EBS, I will be showing you customer and vendor payments. Okay. Together, I will be showing you. Jaikumar is asking, there are some of the items are missing. Are we going to discuss? See, check payment, we discussed cash payment. Cash payment is what? The manual payment we did, right? From F-53.
That is cash journal also we are going to take.
Cash journal is a different one. Okay.
Yes,
See, yes, you can say cash payment, cash journal, you can say. Okay. But cash journal is all about petty cash. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
Payment order, I have given you the
What about,
information. Okay. What configuration you will have to do. I have given you the payment order. Electronic transfer, we cannot discuss in IDS. Okay.
direct debit and LC?
Direct debit, IDOC, I'm telling you the structure. See, the problem with IDOC is, let me show you, WE20 is there, wherein we need to define the profiles. Okay, in this IDOCs, if you see, all these partner profiles, we will have to define. Only then we can create an IDOC. Okay. The background configuration has to be done in order to create the IDOC. IDOC cannot be created out of nowhere. This has to be done before creating. but this is very much done by basis consultant. Okay. So what I will be telling you as a part of IDOC is in WE19, we can regenerate an IDOC, the already existing IDOC I will be taking. And then I will be showing you how to recreate an IDOC from the already existing one. Okay. And also I will be showing you the structure of an IDOC. Okay. So how an IDOC looks like, all those I will be telling you. Okay.
Fine.
Structure of an IDOC I will be showing you. FI IDOCs are not available in our system. Why did I take this long? One moment. BD87. So FI IDOCs are not available. So whatever IDOCs are available, I will be taking. Suppose this is an IDOC. All these are IDOCs, okay?
Lavanya, what is basically that IDOC? What is the basic difference between the normal payment and IDOC?
Normal, see, IDOC is a intermediary document. Intermediary document. IDOC is an intermediary document which is containing some data. And this is like, you know, when interfaces are installed, when you have interfaces, okay, this IDOCs we will be using to transfer the data from other systems to SAP, from SAP to other systems.
For example, if we are using another payroll system and we are using an SAP for our finance and another kind of thing. So whatever the payroll that month, whatever the calculations and everything, that we have to post it to that our GL in SAP. So
no, not just the postings, you can also transfer the master data with the help of IDOC.
Okay.
So data transfer, okay, from one system to SAP or from SAP to the other system.
Lavanya, these items, whatever I mentioned, that you can just think about, and wherever is applicable, that you can take it after during that session.
Whichever are feasible, definitely.
Don't get into in detail now.
As I said, I've given you some information, direct debit. Okay. So
what about for LC? Letter of credit?
No, letter of credit. No, we are not covering. Actually.
Okay.
Letter of credit.
Fine,
never happened to. Okay. EBS is there. EBS you did not add. Actually, it is not a payment method. Okay, but EBS we are very much discussing. Okay.
Lavanya?
Yeah, tell me.
So what about reporting actually as part of bank accounting, like say bank reconciliation, as well as any kind of other reports? Will that be covered as well?
SAP query in cash journal from FBCJ only reports will be there. Okay.
So are there any information services reporting which is there as part of the bank accounting?
Let me tell you. So for this cash journal, if you see what is the opening balance, here itself you will be able to see what is the closing balance, what is the total receipt, what is the total payment, everything.
Lavanya, that you said that it is cash journal is nothing but a petty cash related item, right? So that what Santosh is asked, that related to that bank, there is a bank reconciliation that normally
I understood. But bank accounting is having these many topics, right? So topic wise, I'm telling you the reports.
Okay. Because the bank book was cash book and cash book was bank book. This kind of different reporting is normally available in a bank reco.
Yeah. Okay. So this, this is about the cash journal, how we can see the amounts. Okay. I mean, closing balance and opening balance. When it comes to EBS, it is not a specific report that you will be checking. Okay. So how you will be doing the reconciliation? First, you will be going to the cash account. Okay. You go to the cash account and whatever for which bank you are doing EBS, that bank account. Okay. Between these two, it has to match. Okay. And in EBS, you will be coming across the intermediary GL accounts. Intermediary like this. The bank clearing intermediary GL accounts. Okay. Main bank account, Okay, clearing accounts. So these kind of GL accounts you will be using, which are open item managed. So these intermediary GL accounts are open item management activated. So with the help of these GL accounts, you will be able to get the reconciliation done automatically. Okay. So while doing this reconciliation, I'll be telling you what all you need to check. It is nothing but FBL 3N reports only. Okay. There you need to see if the amount is matching. That's it. Okay. And otherwise, you just have one more. This is the only one. Okay. Wherein FF67. FF67, like, for the already executed ones, you will be able to see. For some other company codes have executed, but I don't remember the, what do you say, the run ID and all. I don't remember. Wait a moment. When we execute, I will be telling you about this FF67. Okay, because for the previously whatever I executed, I don't remember what parameters I've used. If you know parameters, we can go here and we can check. Okay, when we go to the respective transactions, I'll be telling you. EBS, there is no separate report. Okay, FBL 3N itself is the report that we will have to check. Reconciliation, how do I know that the reconciliation has happened or not? From the line item display report only, from FBL 3N report only. Okay. Okay, and for SAP query, no, nothing specific. This is from FPCJ only, and this is from FBL 3N it is happening. Auto logbox also the same concept, both EBS and auto logbox. Okay. So first thing is we are discussing SAP query. So what do you mean by SAP query? You're querying SAP. Okay. In what cases SAP query is used? SAP query is used in cases where I do not have a standard report. Okay. See, I would want to have a report in such a way that I will be able to see the vendor bank details and vendor address details. Okay, all these details I want to see in a single screen. But that kind of report is not there in standard SAP. Now I can create one. Okay, so the report which is not already there in standard SAP, I can create. By using what? By using the tables. What tables? Depending upon your requirement. If I'm working on vendor related, all vendor related tables. I'm working on vendor bank accounts, then vendor bank account table. Okay, so depending upon the requirement. So from the tables, okay, by getting the data from the tables, you can create your own report. Okay, now the transaction code for SAP queries is QVI. From here, you are creating the query. Now I go to SQVI. Okay, so this is SQVI. From here, I give some query name. So for what purpose am I creating this query? As I said, I would want to create my own report. which is not already there in standard SAP. So that report is about what, suppose, if it is for vendor related or customer related. Okay. So vendor related query I'm taking. Vendor related report I would want to create. So I'm giving some name to that SAP query and I say create. I'm creating the SAP query. So what has to be the name for the query? So I would want to get the details of the vendor and also other vendor related data in a single report. See, in normal SAP, if you see, you get all the details of the vendor bank, okay, in one table, okay, LFBK, vendor address details, LFA1, vendor company code details, LFB1, okay. So you do not have a specific transaction wherein you can get all these details in a single transaction, okay. So now I'm doing that. Now vendor bank details, I'm getting the source, okay, source, that means data for this particular report from the tables, okay. So data source is more than one table, not a single table. I'm not using a single table, okay. So because I'm using more than one table, there has to be table join, okay. That means I'm joining different tables. So keep it like that only, basis mode, and I say enter. Okay, so this is the front end. Now, which tables you are taking, again, depending upon the requirement, you will be taking the tables. Now, I would want to get all the vendor address details and also vendor bank details into a single report. So for that, what tables I need to have? Vendor address details are stored in LFA1. Vendor bank details are stored in LFBK. So these two tables I will have to get. So click this button, insert table. First is LFA1. Say enter. All these are the fields present in that table. Now what is this? This symbol, okay. This is a primary key. What do you mean by a primary key? Primary key is the identifying field in any table, okay. It is the identifying field. Now this field will be a unique field. For each and every vendor, if you see, listener field is unique one. Okay, so I cannot have two vendors with the same listener value, right? Okay, so primary key means what? Sorry. Extremely sorry. Fine. So listener means what? It is a unique field. Okay, it will be having different values. Okay, so no two listener fields will be having the same name. I mean to say same number or same name, whichever it is. Some listener, see, we can give the account number, account group as numeric value or even as alphabet format. Okay, we have been using alphabet format. Okay, if you want, you can also use the numeric format for your vendor number listener. So no two vendors will be having the same listener value. So that is the reason why it is called a unique field. So for any unique field, a primary key will be assigned. Primary key means what? A unique identifying field. Okay, done. Now, so this is about one table, LFA1. So next is insert table, LFBK. Okay. Why I'm taking LFBK? Because I would want to get the bank details of the vendor. So if not bank details, I would want to fetch some other details. So where those details are present, that table you will have to take here. Got it. Okay, now this is LFBK, LFA1 and LFBK. Now in this LFBK, if you see, all these are the fields present in that LFBK table. Now, even LFBK also has listener, bank country key, bank keys, bank account number. Okay, now for this table, all these four are the primary keys. For this table, these four are the primary keys. See, that's the reason why you have to know the technical names of the fields. Okay, now this listener is joined to this listener. That means what? LFA1 listener is joined with LFBK listener, right? So this is the table join. So table join has been created. Okay, done. So after you're done with the table join, now what you have to do is say back. Okay. Now on the left hand side, you will be able to see like this. LFA1 we selected, LFBK, both tables we have selected. In LFA1, what are all the tables? What are all the fields that you can see? All these fields are coming. See, LFA1. All these fields belong to LFA1. Fine. Now I do like this. Now in LFBK again, what are fields that are present? LFBK. All these. Okay. Now, what is this list fields and selection fields? Selection fields means, see, I'm creating a new report altogether. A new report which is not there in SAP. Okay. So in that new report, the selection parameter screen will be there. And when you execute that selection parameter screen, system will be giving you the output. Okay. So these selection fields are the ones which are present in the selection parameter screen. List fields are the fields which are present in the output. Okay, when you execute the report, output will be generated, right? So in that output, what fields you want to have? Those are the list fields. In the selection parameter screen, what fields you want to have? Those are the selection fields. Okay, now let us see. In LFA1, what are fields you would want to make as selection parameters field, and what all you would want to make in the output. Okay, let us see that. So LFA1 I'm opening, and the selection parameter screen I would want to have the name. I would also want to have the account number. Okay, you can give any field that you want in the selection parameter. Whichever you want, you can give. But all this we have not filled up in the vendor master, right? So I'm taking the vendor account group also, okay, because I filled it up. And what else you can give? Make sure you have filled up in the master data, otherwise no need of selecting. Okay, fine. So I've given all these. These three I've selected in the selection parameter. Listener number, that means account number, name, and the account group. And what has to be present in the output? In the output, I want to have the name 1, city, district, PO box. Okay, all these I want to have. Postal code. All these I want to have in the output. From LFA1. From LFBK, what is that I want to have in the selection parameter? Vendor account number already I have selected from LFA1. I want to have account holder name. Okay. And in the output, I want to have the bank country key, bank key, account number, and that's it. Okay. And I'm taking the account holder name as well. So what all fields that I would want to have in the selection parameter screen as well as in the output, all those I've given here. Okay. Now, what is that I have to do next? So once you're done with this, say save. Query is being created and say execute. It's taking time.
Lavanya, quick question.
Yeah, please
So,
tell me.
yeah, so Lavanya, when we save the fields, right? The list field when we selected. So
No. Please repeat.
when we save the fields, right? I mean,
When I save the query.
the so my question is when we check box the fields and we just save it, so the query automatic generated. That what?
Yeah, the query is already generated, but
Okay.
only the query name is generated. I mean, see, when I say query is generated means the query name is generated. So if you go like this in SQVI, okay, the query name is generated, but a report, whatever report that I'm trying to create, that is not yet generated. The query name is generated. That's it. Okay. And what is to be done? That is still it is processing. See, my objective is to create a new report, which is not existing in SAP. Okay, that is yet to be done. But the query name is generated. Okay. It's taking time.
Okay.
Still executing. Yeah. So when it is executed, this will come. What is this? This is the selection parameter screen. This is the name we gave, right, for our report. Okay, our company code, vendor, bank details. Okay. So name 1, account number. These were the fields that I've selected for the selection parameter screen. Okay. So just give any random vendor number. Some vendor number I'm giving here. Any of the fields or all the fields you can enter and say execute. So when you execute, the output is coming. Okay. In the output, whatever fields I have selected just now, only those fields will be appearing here. So these are the fields that I've selected. So only these fields are appearing. Okay. So I have created a new report. This report, suppose, is not there in standard SAP. So I've created. Okay. So this reporting is having all the parameters. Okay. You can see here any parameter you want to change, you can change. You can change the layout. Okay. All this you can do. Okay. Just like any normal report. Okay. So fine. I've created the report. System is asking me to save. Yes, I've saved it. Okay. Now what I have to do is,
Lavanya,
yeah, please tell me.
can I also do this on bespoke tables?
What tables?
Bespoke tables, customization tables. Can I do it? These are standard tables you picked up. Can I do it on customization tables? Like if I create a Z table.
You can do. You can do.
Okay.
You can do. So once you're done with this, now what you have to do is, from the system, status, you can see the program name here. Not this program. Not this. Not this, just give me a moment. Yeah. System, status, from the report. Okay. System, status, I said. I'm in the report now, selection screen of the report, of my own report. I went to system and then I said status. So system opened the system status here. Now you need to copy the program name. Here you can see program screen name. All the letters, okay, at last it is having some characters, right? 2 characters it is having. Those also you need to copy. Copy it, put it somewhere. Put it somewhere. Entire thing you need to copy. Okay, copy it, put it somewhere, and then where you have to go is go to SE93. SE93. Transaction code. Maintain transaction, it seems. So that means what? Report is there. Fine, I have created a new report, new customized report. How to execute that report? See, suppose line item report is there. What is line item report? How can I go to line item report? If I go to FBL 1N for vendor, FBL 3N for GL, FBL 5N for customer, then system will be taking you to line item report. So FBL 1N, 3N, 5N is what? It is a transaction code name. Okay. So similarly, if I would want to go to this DOR1, vendor bank details report, what is a transaction? that transaction name you are assigning here, which is a Z transaction. So suppose I'm giving this name. Okay, this is the name for the my vendor report, suppose. Okay, so this is the name I gave and I say create. Transaction code, short text, you can give any text here. Okay, now what is this? This is a report. Report transaction. Say enter. Now under program, just now you copied the program name, right? Put it here. Entire thing from the beginning till the end. Put it here and try to say save. When you say save, system is asking for package. So this package, into which package you will have to save. In real time, it will be a different one. But here in IDS, you will have to give temporary one. Temporary objects, never transported. In IDS, give this one. In real time, you will be knowing which package this belongs to. Assign it. Save it. Transaction code is saved. So that means what? System is saying that this particular transaction code has been created. So what is the transaction code name? ZDOR1 went. Okay, fine. Now go out. Go out of all the transaction codes. Okay, I'm just in easy access. Now what was the transaction code name? The one which we created just now? ZDOR1 VEND. Enter. This is the report I've created. Now give any parameters, whatever you want. So you can see the transaction code name here also. Okay, transaction code name here and the program name which we assigned. Okay. Say execute the same report. Okay. If you execute for 2 different vendors, 2 records you will be able to see. Okay, so I have taken the example of vendor bank. You can take any example. You can take more than 2 tables also. Okay. This
Lavanya?
is SAP query. Yeah, please tell me.
Lavanya, that means these reports are client specific, isn't it? So therefore they didn't ask for a transport request.
See, client specific means
Will I need to create separate, the same kind of reports in development, test, everywhere actually?
No. I'll tell you what. See, for few objects, if you see, I suppose, FTXP is there. Okay, FTXP is there, wherein you are creating the tax code. Once the tax code is created, you can save into the transport request. So, even though the master data can also be transported to next higher system. This is a master data, but still I can, save into the, once I do all the changes here, I can separately, okay, save into a transport request and then move that transport request.
So what you are saying is, Lavanya, that bespoke transaction that we created just now, the transaction code, we can put it into a transport and send it to different environments.
Yes, you can do that. Okay, otherwise why we will be creating, this much query. Query usually is, here I've taken a simple example, but in real time, you will be joining more than 3 tables also. Okay, so after joining all those, if it is meant only for a single client, okay, it is useless, right? Okay. So this is about query, and next is cash journal. This is a simple topic again. So cash journal is all about petty cash. all the petty cash transactions. Okay. Now, let us execute cash journal. Now, cash journal. The very first transaction is create GL account for cash journal. Obviously, we will have to create the petty cash account. So I go to FS00. I create petty cash. I create the petty cash. Okay, just like the cash account. And I have to say post automatically only. Okay, why post automatically? Because this GL account has to be posted automatically. Okay, while making the transaction. Now I created the petty cash GL account. Okay, now petty cash transactions on what kind of expenses I would want to have, suppose stationary expenses there. Stationary expenses there, okay, which I will be making cash payment, and revenues also, okay, some revenue, okay, you can take. Miscellaneous, okay, miscellaneous income. Okay, so you have created the GL accounts. Now create GL account for cash journal means what? You are creating the same GL accounts, only the one which we created just now. Okay, so you're done with the first step. Amount limit. Amount limit means if you want to limit, okay, the cash amount, you can limit here. Okay, so this is optional. Define document types for cash journal document. Okay. So the existing document type only we will be taking. Company code, our company code, cash journal number range is 70. Okay, standard 70 only. Now you can take any number. I would want to take number from these numbers I'm taking. Take 70 only. Okay. So you define the number range intervals. So these are the standard numbering groups for cash incoming and outgoing. Okay. So if you want, you can define your own, but already two are there, system defined, you will be using those only. Define number ranges for this is optional. We're not doing anything here. No need to do anything here. Set up cash journal. Say new entries. For which company code? For your own. What is the GL account for petty cash? currency. If you would want to close a cash journal, you will be clicking this. Now here, you're defining the document types. If it is a GL related one, then you will be giving SA. This is what? Vendor, okay. KZ. This is also vendor again. And this is customer, DZ. So this is also customer again, DZ. Now, cash journal name. You can give any name to the cash journal. Okay, that's it. Save it. Assign a unique number for the new cash journal. Okay, I've assigned one here. Go back. I've set up one cash journal. Next is create, change, delete business transactions. So what kind of business transactions you would want to have from cash journal? I would want to have both expense and income related. Now this one, business transaction type. I want to have expense, special GL, not special GL. Expense, right? So cash payment, expense is a payment. So cash payment, I'm saying. So GL account. So what kind of payment I will be making payment from petty cash? Stationery. Just now we created this GL account, right? Stationery. Cash journal business transaction, you can give some name. Cash payment, whichever name you want, you can give. Account modification means if I'm not giving any account here, account modification means at the time of entering, you can still change the GL account. Okay. Any long text also you can give. So this is expense. I can give an income related or revenue related. What kind of revenue? Just now we created one GL account, miscellaneous income. Okay. Now I save this. So this kind of business transactions only I can have from my petty cash. Other than this, system will not allow. Done. Next is set up print parameters for cash journal. So here print parameters means copy 1000, copy as, remove this existing, give your own company code. Print program name is this one. This is the standard one. Report variant, give demo EN. In real time, it will be different. So because this is demo system, we are using demo variant. That's it. Okay. Say Save, you're done with the entire setup. To enter the cash journal, transaction code is FBCJ. So now let us go to Pro Accounting. Okay, in the GL only, document entry, FBCJ, cash journal posting, accounting, financial accounting, GL, document entry. FBCJ I went. So this is what I'm able to see, but this is not your own company code. So change company code. You change the company code. Now you're able to see your own company code. So on which date you are entering? On this date, okay? Now, whether I would want to enter the cash payment or cash receipt. First, let me enter the cash payment. What kind of business transaction payment? How much of amount? Some 111 I'm entering.
Lavanya Jaykumar here.
Please tell me.
When we initiate any kind of petty cash transaction, first we should have that petty cash box wherein some amount we have to
You can enter
pull,
the
right?
receipt. Yes, yes. Correct only. Okay. That's correct. FBCJ, if you see, I do not have any receipt. I have zero amount. Okay. So enter the receipt transaction, income. I say 500. Okay. I say now some text you can give. So once you give like this, say save. Okay, red color is coming. Say save. Intel does not exist. Wait a moment, one step we missed in the configuration.
In petty cash box initiation, maybe we have to do.
No, we missed the journal transaction numbering ranges. Just a moment. Let me see.
Lavanya,
Yeah, tell me.
it's opened in the other session. It is still open, Lavanya, down. Yeah.
Yeah, now it is okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, still the same. Okay, I'll do this. I mean, I will execute this before we check this next session. Okay, we will discuss this in the next session. I was able to execute the same for the other company code, but I do not know why. What happened. For this company code, it was successful. Shall we discuss this in the next session?
Okay, Lavanya, that you
Okay,
can
we
check
shall
it and
discuss in the next session. Okay. So any other questions, anyone?
Lavanya, just I have that issues related to that one that can you just open the document before winding off today's session disclosing?
Open what?
The document which I have uploaded, just I have one two doubts which I want to discuss with you.
The foreign currency related?
No, the one yesterday is what we checked it.
Okay, APP one.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just open.
Check payment, right.
Just give me a moment, I will open. This one, right?
Yeah, can you just go down? Just go that last second last screenshot. No, yesterday. See, when I selected, can you just go up? There is one format which we are selecting, right? Not this one. So I think yesterday I'm not. Maybe.
Format means in the very first step.
Yeah, not this one. The other one. There is another. Yeah, checknum is there, right? Checknum. There is one more format which we are attaching. Right?
F110 underscore prenum underscore
Yeah,
CHCP.
when I am checking it in my system, after selecting that cursor, if we put it in a SAP script, then if you click on a form or if you click at that, system is saying that it is not assigned to that 800 client.
Okay, can you show it to me? Because, you know, as I said, even my client is also the same. Okay, I'm using the same client as yours.
Okay, just a minute. I can.
So if you see, you will be able to see my company code, my payment method in your system also. That means we both are using the same.
Just a minute. I will. Because it was getting that error. I will just copy it again. I'm just. Is there any option to transfer the file to you? That screenshot file?
I don't think from Zoom you can do. You can upload in the discussion board.
Yeah, I'm just uploading. Just a minute. Wait a minute. I'm just...
Lavanya,
Yeah, please tell me.
I tried the forex revaluation and it works. Okay, so no problems.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. And there is an option to reset the entries, Lavanya. You know, yesterday I was asking you if in real time, if we execute one time, do we need to keep on creating GL accounts every time we go there?
In real time, how will you be creating the GL accounts?
Yeah, exactly.
You are
But there
not-
is an option to, if say you have done it once and you want to re-execute the
Yeah.
forex revaluation, you
We
can
can
reset the valuation actually.
yes.
So I did that, and then I reused the same data actually.
Okay.
Lavanya, I uploaded that one. Can you just check it again?
Okay. Let me see.
The same document, you can go down that last page.
No, you have uploaded or?
Yeah, I have uploaded. Go to the same.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah, just download the file.
This one only.
Yeah, go to the last page. I think you are just download it. I think it's not displaying it properly. Are you able to see?
Not really. I'm downloading.
Yeah. Just check it that above one, not this screenshot, above this one. Yeah, this. Can you just go down that below? You can see the message.
No,
Here-
what message? This one?
Yeah, because it is not mapped to that. It's saying that it is not. I am able to see, not able to see this particular one in 800 client series, but it is saying the message that see.
No, what it has to do with the client, Jay Kumar?
No, I'm just asking that because when I
Not at all. This is not at all.
issue, right?
I'm telling you, I'm very much using the same client.
But I tried all the scenario. Can you just check it? Not today, maybe that later that you can just check it. That all the setup I have done.
Mistake, I think.
Even I tried with some other one which are accepting. So even though that it is not generating that.
Can you tell me if my system details are not matching with yours? Is it is 800 only for sure, okay?
Yeah.
And how about
Lavanya, that message which Jaikumar got is anyway an information message only. So it should not have any impact on the processing.
Informative only.
Yeah.
Jaikumar, you're using the same server, right?
Right, I think so. The same one.
Can you please confirm? So if all these are the same, that means you're making mistake somewhere. If not, then I will have to check.
How do I check this?
You will have to go to the logon pad. Okay, once the see, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I'm in a SAP logons.
Okay, you're in the login. From here, say edit.
Yeah. Just a minute, I think it's.
Okay.
Yeah, this ECC 6 EHP 7 ECC Saran, that application server. Same one.
Tell me these two. Tell me these two: instance number and system ID.
Instance number is 00 and system ID is EPT.
EP?
T.
And how about the application server?
Application server ECC Saran.
Yeah, then we are using the same.
Don't know that.
We are very much using the same.
Okay, that maybe you can check it once again. So that what kind of mistake, because I checked it all the scenario, even I checked it in Google also to get some help. But whatever they are also saying the same, everything I checked it, still I am not able to.
Okay, I'll check anyways, but
no problem.
Very minute mistakes, like the other day in some batch.
You can easily
has made the mistake in the date. Okay, instead of 2020, he gave 2021. So very
correct.
Minute mistakes.
Is it mandatory that payment terms and the house bank when we do that vendor invoice registration? It's not mandatory, right?
What is mandatory? You're asking?
In a vendor invoice registration time, at the time of vendor invoice registration, that house bank and that payment method.
See, house bank is required when you are using APP. Okay, if it is a manual payment.
No, I am saying that at the time of vendor invoice registration, payment method is also not mandatory, right?
Not at all. Not at all. We have created payment method only while doing APP.
Yeah, if you see that on the screenshot in our APP, that last log, you can see that there is no that respective information about the bank details are not displaying.
Even if you would want to make a check payment, you have to have the house bank. Okay, whichever payment method you are using, you have to have the house bank. But not for the manual payment. From F-53, you need not have any payment method.
Okay, it's fine, but you just go through that later, that whenever you get a time, and just post a message, that reply you can post it, so that
Okay.
accordingly I will check it and do.
Anyways, I'll check. I don't think because those are not just the parameters that are depending on APP. There are so many other, even the
Yeah, all the screenshots
outbound
are there.
also you
Screenshots
have,
are there.
the
So
GL
that
accounts also
yeah,
you have.
yeah,
All
yeah,
these are dependent, right? Okay,
yeah.
fine. This is for today, everyone. So couldn't execute cash journal. So next week we will be seeing cash journal, customer line item, interest also. Okay. And then we shall go to EBS and auto log box. Okay. Okay. Fine then. Thanks a lot, everyone. So next session we will be meeting.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Good night.
Thanks.